Halloween is probably my favorite holiday. I dress up in homemade costumes, I hand out treats, and I'm the life out of any All Hallows party. Although I'm eagerly participate. I refuse to decorate for Halloween. It's my mom's fault. See, when I was about 15 years old, my mother worked at a local hotel. She was a night shift restaurant manager there. She was also skeptical pack rat when she took decorations home with her often. Shortly after Halloween, she brought home this ugly decoration. It was a plastic skeleton dressed in a top hat with hat tail and tails. The skeleton was about the size of a 3-year-old child. It was painted dim ivory, and the color of the old bones. She showed the ugly thing in my face. Isn't this great? Come closer and check it out. My mom said excitedly. When I got closer, I shrieked when the stupid thing spoke. To be well more accurate, it screamed at me with glowing redness in the eye sockets. Boo! Happy Halloween! Turned out that the skeleton had a battery packed into it that had 2 lead eyes and a speaker hidden in its skull. Real funny, Mom. Scare out of your 10 years of her life. I asked her to take the batteries out of the pack. She did so, snickering at her joke, and placed the skeleton on a display above directly from our front door. As the months passed, she dressed Mr. Bones. Yes, she named the stupid thing in a different accessories for the holidays. Indian headband on the top for Thanksgiving, a fake white beard for Christmas, a glittery bow tie for New Year's, and at random, she would put the batteries in again just to give me a scare when I got home from school. Mom, take the batteries out again. I didn't put them back in, honey. She was laughing when she said that, which gave proof to her lie. I hated her pranks. My mom left me home alone a lot at night. It came with her job as a night manager. I dealt with it by playing video games or reading as late as I wanted and eating junk food as I've written in my room. That didn't always help though, as sometimes I got this feeling, and I would say it was just paranoia. But anyone who experienced it would just never say just paranoia. That makes it seem smaller than it feels. Your mouth gets dry, and no amount of drinks just makes it better. Your stomach keeps on doing this strange roll to the side, and your breath becomes shorter, when all you could think about was how stupidly easy it would be to have someone get into your place and make a short, bloody, violent use of you. I decided to take the batteries out of Mr. Bones, once and for all, during one of these fits. I didn't need this stupid thing shrieking at me while I was like this. I took the batteries out and decided to clip one of the wires just to make sure. As I picked up the skeleton and turned it over, it occurred to me that the decoration was a bit heavy. It felt heavier than the plastic one should be. I knew that the hands were plastic. The little bony hands were obviously made out of bad mold from the skull. After I clipped the wire, I opened the tuxedo shirt and felt the ribs. It didn't feel like plastic. It felt colder, like little stone, like little wood. There was strange grooves in the area where the heart would be, on a normal person, not just like something had been forced there. I had never felt a bone, but all those ribs I felt to imagine how a bone would. I quickly buttoned the shirt back up on the doll and flung it to the alcove. I was going to head up to bed now and tell my mom about this in the morning. Maybe we could take the doll to the police or give it a proper burial. I turned it upstairs. Boo, it said quietly, not screamed this time. My head whipped around, and the lights came from the eye holes of the doll's skulls, beaming red at the ceiling. After I clipped the cables and taken out the batteries? And what the fuck? I didn't wait for an answer. I ran upstairs to my room and locked the door, and I left the lights on and refused to come out until morning. My mother promised she'd take care of the doll. I never saw it again after that. I don't know if she took it to the cops or she just threw it away. Well, this was Mr. Bones, a Halloween creepypasta by TDKMC1. A creepypasta. My final thoughts on the story? Well, I gotta say, I actually find this one to be quite creepy. Seeing the skeleton talk after the protagonist took out the batteries and clipped the cables. The sound of the story of the doll, it honestly sounds pretty scary, seeing anything like this to be the case. I mean, I honestly could see, this story having a good concept and all, and I really do like the concept. I mean, I've seen a couple people narrate this story, and while I can say it's still a really good story, it's pretty surprising to be honest. I mean, I've never heard of this story until I listened to a couple narrators. Like I think Lighthouse Horror narrated this one, and I honestly gotta say it's a really well made story. So the thing that I think why the protagonist didn't like that skeleton in the first place that, makes really good scary noises and that. And the fact that the mom just kept it, around, it honestly got me really confused, but I got kind of suspicious on why she would keep the skeleton there for a while. I mean, it's hard to say about why she kept the skeleton, but I think the protagonist probably got a little freaked out, probably some PTSD flashbacks over something like this that might have happened to this protagonist before the skeleton. I'm not really sure what it is exactly, but that's just from what I think and I can observe personally. But with that being said and that being the case, the sentence structuring was really good. I was able to read this one as well as the good grammar. I was able to read this story without any problems. It's still a really interesting story. I do find it to be enjoyable. I like the concept of this story, the good grammar, sentence structuring, storyline. Basically, everything about this story was just amazing. It was flat out really good. And I definitely gotta say, I honestly did not even expect this to happen, but it honestly was still a really good story. I still found this one to be a really enjoyable creepypasta in a sense. I mean, I think the protagonist kind of had like a little bit of trauma, something, and experienced something like this before, but we may never know. That's all we can say is we may never know. So, in my honest opinion and honest thoughts, is probably something of him or herself, but I guess all we could just say is, it's just from what people think personally. But I mean, I honestly would be, kind of a little disturbed to see this going on. But like I said, it's still a pretty amazing story. It's still well made in detail. So I definitely got to say, I still find it enjoyable, nevertheless. So, yeah, the grammar was good as well. I already said that, but whatever. I did find the storyline to be good. I do find it to be, believable in a sense. But like I said, though, I'm just going to sit here and just basically say this is just simply my own personal opinion. And if anyone have any thoughts on what they think of this story, they can. If you disagree with me on this review, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these, creepypastas. This is just simply my own personal thoughts. I'm going to give this story a 10 out of 10. While I can definitely say it's a good, enjoyable creepypasta, but it honestly really brings out some Halloween factors of this protagonist explaining, why they don't like the skeleton. I think they might have had PTSD flashbacks or something, but, well, we may never know, actually. That's honestly something I'm going to say is we may never know what's going on. So, anyways, what did you guys personally think of this creepypasta? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what would you have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. So, to the offer, before I end this video, I really gotta say, this story honestly is a pretty good Halloween pasta. I know there's other ones, but this one is definitely one of the good ones that I've come to see. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm the Lion Queen. I want to thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you're brand new here to this channel, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out.